My name is Hannah. I became a mother overnight when I married Max, and his son Kyle, who was just 10 years old at the time, is now getting married. It's been a journey of trials and errors. Seeing the once mischievous Kyle starting his own family is overwhelming. And I found myself tearing up during his speech at the wedding. Even though I was a troublemaker, I finally managed to start a proper family. It's all thanks to my dad, Max, who always stood by me. Despite all the trouble I caused since I was a kid, he never gave up on me. Wow, I can't believe Kyle would say something like that. He's really making me cry. Come on, it's just starting. You need to listen properly. I'm forever grateful to my dad, who taught me what it means to be a man. Thanks to him, I've become a decent person. I might still have my childish moments and need to rely on him, but let me take this moment to say thank you. Yeah, I'm so proud to be your father, Kyle. It feels awkward to be thanked in front of everyone like this, but it's quite nice, isn't it? To think he was such a handful back in the day. True, I'm kind of jealous that you're so respected. Don't be jealous. Kyle will probably thank you next. I wonder. I always felt like Kyle avoided me. I won't get my hopes up. Next, I want to thank my birth mother, who brought me into this world. My gratitude towards her is endless. There, I knew it wasn't me. I expected as much. But I'd be happy if he thanked me even a little in the end. If my mother hadn't given birth to me, I wouldn't have met May. Meeting her was a miracle, and my mom made that miracle happen. Oh, the room's getting uneasy. He should have left out the part about being born. Hearing a speech like this would make anyone feel awkward. That's why I'm grateful to both my parents, Max and my birth mother. I hope to become a great man like my dad, who can laugh and forgive anything, who's kind and sometimes strict. If I have a daughter, I might be a bit lenient with her. Yeah, right. He's not just being charming. How can he forget that when Max and I remarried, Kyle was just a kid? I've been with him longer than his birth mother. Why is it always about her? Has he forgotten all the trouble he caused me? And to the old lady who pretended to be my mom. What? Why am I the old lady? And what does he mean by pretended? She just happened to be chosen by my dad for her looks. All she did was nag and complain. She doesn't even realize how incapable she is. She's neither a decent mother nor a wife. Just a clumsy person who couldn't do anything right. I never once thought of her as my mother. Hey, that's going a bit too far. Max interjected. Too far? That's an understatement. Why isn't he saying more? Maybe you think you raised me? Sorry to disappoint, but I don't feel indebted to you. Remember how you cried when I thanked you for the lunch you made on my last day of high school? Your face was priceless. I said it for a laugh, but I didn't expect such an ugly reaction. And your lunches were awful for 3 years. I threw them away without eating during the last year. I remember Max saying they were delicious, but maybe that was a lie too. Well, it doesn't matter now. And you're so dumb, right? You hardly understood anything between me and my dad. That's why I hated talking to you. I hardly ever tried to talk to you anyway. If you hated me that much, you should have kicked me out sooner. Why say all this at a wedding, which is supposed to be a celebration? I thought you had mellowed, but I guess not. I don't ever want to see your face again, you old hag. Once this wedding is over, pack your things and get out before I get home. That concludes my speech. Thank you. Well, that ruined a perfectly good wedding. Amid the awkward silence, the MC handed me the microphone. I'm not sure this is the best timing, but I guess I have no choice. Yes, the incompetent woman who pretended to be a mother, as just mentioned. My son, who just spoke, has finally become a respectable adult. But if he wants me to leave, I guess I have no choice. I don't want to see your face either. What? So, Max, you didn't stop Kyle's remarks either. You must feel the same way, right? Then I guess I'm not needed anymore. Let me say this one more time, goodbye. To you, to Kyle, and to his bride, May. Why don't you get back together with your ex-wife? Kyle seems to feel grateful to his birth mother. Then you could really live as a family, couldn't you? Did you think I'd cry and beg to stay? Sorry, but I'm not that kind of woman. I can't stand the pain of being with people I dislike. I'll be out before you return from your honeymoon. Hey Hannah, aren't you getting a bit carried away? What's the meaning of this? After decades of being a mother, don't you have any feelings? Is that why Kyle told you to leave? Aren't you going to change? I don't need to change for anyone. I'm leaving because you told me to. Now you're calling me a bad mother, saying I pretended to be one. Well then, take care. Don't think you can contact me ever again. With that, I left the venue. I returned home, packed my things, loaded them into the car, and left. Without a family home to go back to, I headed for a business hotel. I felt so drained all of a sudden. It's times like this I'm glad I'm not working. As long as I have my laptop, I'll be fine. But it's weird, isn't it? How hard it is to gain something, yet how quickly it can slip through your fingers. Well, no use moping around. I've got to get moving. I was determined to live on my own and started getting my affairs in order. 2 days after leaving the house, Kyle called me. You damn old hag. What have you done to us? What do you mean? I quietly left the house, just like you all wanted. I even left a divorce paper, thinking you'd need it. Did that bother you? Shut up. That's not the point. Why are all the utilities cut off at the house after we return from our honeymoon? Honeymoon? Oh, the one you never intended to take me on. Did you enjoy it? Not that you would have brought me back any souvenirs. Yeah, we enjoyed it. But coming back to this mess ruined it all. This is all you're doing, isn't it? What are you trying to do? I don't know what you're talking about. As we were talking, Max's angry voice came through. Hey! I just went to the supermarket and the credit card doesn't work. What are we supposed to do for dinner tonight? Are you telling us to starve? And you left a divorce paper, what's your intention? What do you mean? You told me to leave, so that's about divorcing, right? You were praising your ex-wife so much, why don't you get back together with her? That must make you all happier, right? Shut up. You don't have the right to make that decision. You should have just done what we told you. Don't you dare make us suffer for your selfish actions. That's why you're called a damn old hag. Don't you even realize that? So, if that's how you feel, why don't you figure it out yourselves? I'm done. After being humiliated at that wedding, I have no intention of taking care of you any longer. You can manage on your own, right? You don't want to see my face or think of me as a mother, right? So why rely on someone like that? Find someone else capable, or manage on your own. That's how you talk to someone you've been with for years? I thought I was treating you as family. Family? Oh, you mean laughing while your son ridicules me at his wedding? Ah, that's your way of showing love. Yeah. I did love you in my own way. And yet, you betrayed me, us. Who married you, an orphan, and made you a mother? I didn't expect to be betrayed like this for my kindness. Why don't you stop already? What? You say you made me a mother, but Kyle never saw me as one. I tried my best, but it wasn't enough. There must be someone more suitable than me. According to Kyle's speech, I'm not needed, right? That's a different story. What makes it different? You don't need my help, right? Someone else can support you unemployed folks. Shut up. No, I won't. You were working when we got married, but now you're unemployed. And the reason is because I make more money, and you feel ashamed, right? Isn't it pathetic to make such excuses? And Kyle, since graduating college, you haven't worked a proper job, have you? Oh right, you're doing a part-time job at the cafe twice a week, pretending it's a real job. And Max, you can only get day jobs, yet you treated me like a nuisance. So, it was your parenting that was bad, wasn't it? Why is it always my fault? I was a minor until just recently and needed a guardian. Don't be ridiculous. You're 24 now, and you're saying you were a minor until recently? Who went to buy alcohol at the bottle shop, celebrating your freedom? Since you became an adult, you've been doing whatever you want with my money. Do you realize how much you spend at nightclubs using my credit card? I apologized for that. But cutting off essentials like electricity and credit cards, that's not human. Without them, we can't live. You're letting your own family become homeless, aren't you? Just because I'm not working as hard as you or earning as much, you think you can look down on me? You're really saying that? Of course I am. Why are you looking down on me? Who provided the house you live in, the home you return to? That house is just a rental, not even ours. And the lease is in Max's name, but I was the one paying the rent. And I'll stop doing that too. I won't be depositing money into the account anymore. The credit card you have is in my name. Kyle, you're married now. Isn't it time you got your own credit card? Thanks to using mine, you have no credit history. You can start fresh. Whether you can pay off what you use is up to you. Enough! Why do you repay kindness with ingratitude? I married you, an orphan, and that's a fact. Don't you want to repay that kindness with money? People like you, who lack emotion, can only solve things with money. I'll divorce you if that's what you want. So, give me money in return. What kind of pretext are you using to squeeze money out of me? Thanks for taking care of us, so give us more money? Stop joking. How much do you think I've struggled to keep you happy? Oh really, you think you were keeping me happy? Of course. I bought flowers on random days and did the housework. You can't say I wasn't trying to keep you happy, can you? Is this your way of making me happy? You bought those flowers with my credit card. And the housework? Sure, you did it. You even sorted the trash in a way I couldn't understand. I haven't spent much time with kids, but I bet even preschoolers or elementary students can run errands better. And a tip for your future life, when you buy gifts for someone, make sure not to use their money. Most people would get angry, it's my money. But you were happy, right? I wanted to make you happy, and that was enough for me. Yeah, I had to pretend to be happy, or else you'd get in a bad mood. You don't know how troublesome you are when you're unhappy, Max. Not just you, Kyle too. Both of you throw tantrums, getting angry at things. I even got hurt and bruised because of it. That's because you always get in the way. I was careful not to direct my anger at you. But I still got hurt. Why don't you stop making excuses? It's pathetic to see a grown man whining like a child. Why should I be grateful to you guys? Sure, I'm thankful for letting me be a mother. I couldn't have kids of my own. But flaunting it as a favor? Besides, didn't you marry me for money and housework? If you could earn, anyone would have been fine. I've been convincing myself otherwise, but at your wedding, I was sure. I was never loved by you or anyone here. So, it's over. The lawyer should be arriving soon. Right after these words, the doorbell rang. Perfect timing. Go on, answer it. But, hurry up. All right. I heard the door open and someone enter. It seemed the phone was on speaker mode. Hello, Max. I'm the lawyer hired by Hannah. I'm here today to discuss the divorce. I'm not gonna sign anything. It doesn't change the fact that we're still married, even if Hannah isn't in this house. And as a married couple, Hannah has to support us, that's the rule. Really? You're still saying that? How long are you going to be carried around on my back? And that goes for you too, Kyle. Don't you feel embarrassed or ashamed to say such things? This isn't the time for that. If you don't activate the credit cards, we'll be homeless. And what about our lifelines like electricity? You said earlier that you married me for money. That's right. I married you, a successful web designer, for money. I've never loved you. So, you should just keep spending your money on us. You can't even have kids, so that's all you're good for. That's awful. How can you say such things to your wife of so many years? You called me cold at the wedding, but who's really cold here? It's clear to anyone who's the one with flaws. And you thought I hadn't noticed? Noticed what? You want me to say it? You think neither I nor Kyle have noticed, right? What are you talking about? I don't get it. Anyway, I have no intention of divorcing. I'll ignore any contact from you. You don't want to talk either, right? Just keep supporting our lifestyle. It's better for you to continue this sham marriage than to be a divorced woman. Fewer people will hire a divorced woman. You think you can hide the fact that you had an affair with May? What? Hannah, what nonsense are you spouting? May is Kyle's wife, my daughter-in-law. It's impossible for me to have an affair with her. Kyle is listening to this call, too. Don't say such irresponsible things. You still think you can hide it? You're so naive. You left all kinds of evidence. How could you think it wouldn't be discovered? Why would you throw used tissues and stuff into the trash can? Don't you know I'm the one who empties that trash can? You're careless, that's what I'm saying. Dad! What's this about you and May? You knew I was marrying May. Kyle, don't be fooled by Hannah. She's lying. There's no evidence or anything. There is evidence. I never imagined you'd do it in the living room. No way! I installed a surveillance camera there because there was always a lot of tissue trash and a distinctive smell. I never thought I'd catch evidence the same day I set it up. I never thought you'd be so thoughtless. But it worked out for me. I was getting fed up, so thank you. Now, can you sign the divorce papers that the lawyer there has? I won't sign that. So what if I cheated? People get bored after being together for so long. But having an affair with your son's wife is a different story. May is also at fault, Kyle. You should think about this too. Oh, yeah. Kyle, I know I was treated horribly at the wedding, but I still thought of you as my son. I know it must be hard to have your most beloved person taken by your father. I'm not trying to throw you a lifeline, but I prepared a pledge. A pledge? What's that? We'll talk about that later. Now, Max, will you sign the divorce papers? And the pledge, too. Do I really have no chance to make things right? You think there's a reason to? Any benefits in getting back together with you? No, right? Only disadvantages. Why would I want to continue a relationship where only one person bears the burden? Even my clients wouldn't want a one-sided relationship. We don't share interests anymore. So, sign it. All right. I'll sign it. But I won't pay any alimony. Never. Okay. I've confirmed the signatures on both the divorce papers and the pledge. I signed it. Happy now? You've become a cold woman in the end. I wasted all this time being with you. I feel the same. Now, Max, did you really check what's in the pledge? What? I don't care about that. You told me to write, so I wrote. I'm not gonna check every little thing. Oh, that's too bad. You're not very sharp, are you? What do you mean? In that pledge, you agreed to pay alimony. What? You really think I can pay alimony? I barely work. You think I'll actually honor something as weak as alimony? Yes, I am fully aware of that. That's why I made you sign the pledge. It's already too late now, but why don't you check the contents properly once? That's too much of a waste. It would be easier if you just explained it to me. What? If I can't pay the alimony, will it be compulsory? Yes. Is it difficult to understand with difficult words? Simply put, if you can't pay the alimony, we will take care of you. Huh? I didn't know that. But it was written in the pledge you signed, right? I have a client who runs a spa. I also created a website for such a place. If you have any problems, please contact me. I'm being asked to give it to you. So, you know? You kind of understand, right? Oh, you're lying, aren't you? It's unfortunate, but it's true. And that's what I intend to do. I'm completely aware that you can't afford to pay right now. If that's the case, I'll just create a situation where you have to pay it back even if you don't want to. You won't spend your money on unnecessary things. All you have to do is get them under control. There's no point in running away or hiding. Those people are also experts at finding people. They'll definitely find you. Wait! No, I'll never forgive you. So, I'll say goodbye to you. Please give me a break! Then all you have to do is pay it properly, right? That's how it is. Thank you for everything. I wish you all the best. A few months later, the alimony was paid exactly every month. Of course, Max is being looked after by an acquaintance. Thanks to Mom, I was able to divorce May as well. Oh yeah, it has nothing to do with me. So? What do you mean by going out of your way to call me out? You know, I want to apologize to Mom. What are you apologizing for now? I said that I never thought of my mother as a parent, but that was a lie. I couldn't believe May, so I broke up with her, and I only realized that after I broke up with my father. My mother is the only parent I have. It was. Huh? May went through with Dad. Mom and I are all alone. We're family, so let's help each other survive. I refuse. Why? Why not? I didn't adopt you. Now that I've divorced Max, you're like a stranger to me. Who's going to take care of such a stranger? That's the way it is. Don't contact me again. Wait, Mom! Please help me! I couldn't help but sigh as I saw Kyle crying out at the family restaurant. At that wedding, she rejected me like that, and I was able to make my decision. I'm happy now. The lawyer who made Max sign was actually an orphan from the same facility as me. I was surprised when I discovered his name while looking for a lawyer. Even when I was suffering, they supported me to the best of their ability. My life has started anew, and this time I want to walk with the man I want to be with forever. I can't think of remarriage anytime soon, but for now I'm thinking of building a relationship of trust at a reasonable distance.